everybody. Well, welcome to season 2, episode 2 of the Resh Life. I am Michael Flagg, and this is my beautiful wife,
Sherelle Flagg. Great evening to you all.
Nice.
And welcome back. First of all, tonight's episode and probably every other episode is brought to you by Resh Products. You can hit us up at rachproducts.com and also Rach Salon and Spa out of Newcastle, Delaware.
There you go.
That's yes. I got one more big up I want to give too.
What?
First, I want to open up with this.
Okay, let's do it.
I want to thank everybody for all of the outpouring, love, your kind words and support, to Michael in the loss of his ovary. We just appreciate, everybody saying how brave he was to go on camera and talk about him losing his ovary. So thank you guys for that. We're going to keep our eye on Michael.
Yeah, I had a couple of guests checking on me this week, and I made it through. Thanks guys for checking up on me. That was funny. I guess everybody thought they was gonna get a good laugh out of that, but thanks for checking in on us though. But I had actually a couple of the guests ask about a couple of things last week that before we start.
Okay.
They a lot of them wanted to thank you for bringing up the issue that you brought up.
What issue?
Well, when you lost your ovary, it threw you into.
It's not an issue.
The experience you had.
Okay.
And some of them wanted to know what tips, if you had any so far, and what were you taking. And I was going to go into it and jump into it, but that's not my place. It's not my place.
Well, I most certainly appreciate that, sir. Okay. For me, I love to be able to share and to just help people any way that I can, just to be a blessing. That's my purpose in life. So anything that I go through is definitely to pivot me to be able to help someone else to hopefully make them have a better experience, or in the hopes that they will have a better experience. So with all of that said, when I first found out about it, again, we didn't have that much time. So I tried to do a lot. I researched a lot of the different herbal supplements and things like that. I did not want to take anything that was, a drug, so to speak, because I keep hearing and reading so many bad things about it. So I wanted to be as natural as possible in this unnatural, experience, that I had to go through. So, number one, black cohosh is supposed to be a really, really great supplement for the hot flashes and things like that. As with any herbal supplement, again, it's not a drug, so you have to use it at your own risk. But it's natural, so it's you feel better about putting something natural into your body. And if it's any risk that comes, with that, it wouldn't be the same as something that's a drug, so to speak. Rest is important because your ass is going to be tired a lot. I tired a whole lot. And it's hard because, you hot flash and you waking up in the middle of the night and all of that. So, rest is important. Get it when you can. Your diet. I've been eating turkey and seafood only for years. So now is even more important that I watch what I'm putting into my body. So I'm going to leak out certain things as we go on in the episodes. I don't want to give y'all everything all at once. Okay. You know what I mean? Because so it is it's a journey. Tuned. Yes, all yes. Right. So I'll whenever you allow me to throw some, experienced, stuff in there, I will. But for now, I would say just, a great diet, not a lot of alcohol.
That's like bubbly water.
That's important.
Okay.
But yeah, and just do your research, read. I found a great book. I'll tell you guys about that next time. Um, just inform yourself. Just really inform yourself. Yep. So that was great.
Yeah, that was cool. That's and we also because of the COVID, one of your girlfriends, um, her and her mom actually survived the COVID, and she was saying the uh, the herbs and the vitamins that she took,
Yes.
that she stays on top of.
Yes, and one of them was the ACF, which you have been a fan of ACF for years.
Yeah.
And it's so disgusting.
It tastes really nasty.
But it really works. Like, it's amazing.
We get it from Stewart.
Yes, Nature's Way.
Nature's Way.
Yes,
down,
and business shout out. Nature's Way in Ellesmere. Yep.
Yeah.
Purple Highway.
And that's one of those ones that if I feel like a sniffle or something coming on, I'm taking a cap full.
Yeah, you turn into a whole dad when you be like, I'm telling you, you better take that ACF. Yeah, you gotta take the ACF.
And knock it out.
Yeah, it does work. I have to give you that. It's amazing, the benefits.
And she was also talking about the vitamin D.
Oh yeah, the vitamin D is huge because number one, it is one of the vitamins that us African Americans are the most deficient in is vitamin D. So a lot of times when we get our vitamin D levels tested, more than likely they're going to come back low. So I take vitamin D on a regular basis. It's another supplement too that's great for menopause, but I was taking it before then because my levels was always low.
Mm-hmm.
But for COVID, the people that have gotten through it has said that was like one of the things that they were recommended, by the doctors is take some vitamin D, like strong doses.
Yeah, so we got to work on our immune systems. There's
Keep
got to be a daily routine so we
keep
can
it intact.
Yeah, keep it intact. Maybe it might not stop you from getting it, but it might, if you get it, it might cause it to help you get through it faster.
Yes.
Yeah, that's key.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get into this week, y'all. Wasn't this week like 2 weeks long? It was like 2 weeks long.
Yeah.
I had to go to bed today. When I not take a nap. I had to take my ass to bed. I tucked myself in. It was a long week, but it was amazing. Let's give it up for the president.
For doing a great job.
Yes,
with the
Tony.
inauguration.
Yes.
That was amazing.
Yes. Beautiful.
It actually felt like, how when Barack was elected, we watched every party he went to because he was dancing one time and then he was rushing to another one.
Yes.
This time, everybody got to enjoy. It was almost like you felt like he was a part of
it.
The event.
You really did.
So they did an amazing job, actually.
It was crazy because we, of course, was working, and I just wanted to. I can't see the TV the way that it's positioned in the salon because we have a wall that divides us. I mean, I'm sorry, it doesn't divide us. It allows us to be able to work together.
That's exactly what that wall does.
It was built for that purpose.
Cheers to the wall. Cheers to the wall, everybody.
But I couldn't see to the wall. I couldn't see the TV directly, so I heard the audio from the TV and just kind of had my phone propped on my station. And I didn't want to miss a minute. I was about to be like, everybody about to get mofo mushrooms up in here today because I need to be up in this inauguration and what's going on. It was such a historical, event taking place that we can't wait to see hit the books. It was amazing.
Now, what I also was waiting to see was this impeachment, and they just delayed it.
I know. They moved it to February.
I don't think they want to do it and I think some of those guys are scared. But on the other hand, if I was one of them, you don't want them people showing up on your doorstep. Okay? You do not want them people showing up on your doorstep.
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Yeah.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
I want to back up real quick. Cheers. Cheers to the win this week.
Cheers
to the victory.
The victory.
I wanted to answer a question real quick, and then we can jump back to this. Sonya wanted to know what the ACF stand for. Do you know what it stands for?
No, but one of our amazing guests in our audience can look it up real quick.
But Ebony also has it on her page, so I'm going to look and see if I can find her post.
Yeah, I should have.
Because
you might have some in the refrigerator. I should have bought it.
No, we definitely have some in the refrigerator.
Yeah, it's a immune boosting supplement.
It's advanced immune response, but it doesn't match up to the letters. The acronym doesn't, but it's it says advanced immune response.
Scientists ACF. Stop playing.
ACFs.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Back to the victory.
Yeah. So the soldiers were everywhere in DC. They shut it down. I talked to some of my boys in DC, and they were like, it looks like a war zone.
Yes. We have a guest that comes to the salon, and he was saying he drives up from DC, Dre.
Okay.
And he was saying that it was crazy down there. He was like, just like it was just a solemnness that, because everything was shut down. So, I mean, I couldn't imagine like being in DC and it's shut down.
He bragged on him being the only president to leave without starting a war, and DC looks like a war zone. That's what he started a war, pretty much.
No, he did.
And then ducked out.
Yeah, he did. He started the war a long time ago when he spoke life not back into because it was already there, but he gave that voice back to the racism that was like hiding in the cut, because it never went away. They just got silenced a lot, so they were still operating in, their racist ways and doing things that racists do, but he came and gave them a voice. And that's when the war started.
One thing about Joseph, he bought in the Rainbow Coalition War.
The president?
Yes. He bought in the rainbow. He bought in a different flavor, a melting pot of people to put in that cabinet.
Yes. And it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And it's one thing we got to big up is Black excellence. I mean,
yes.
Oh man, it's time to shine.
Yes,
it's one of those times we're gonna get a chance.
But I feel hopeful again.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like I feel like that was stripped from us these last 4 years, and although it was just like a draining week, and I think it was because you just was able to go, and now hopeful again.
Yeah, it's a rough 4 years, but let's get it. 2021. Pour it on, baby. Pour it on.
2021.
Yep.
Yes. So what businesses you want to highlight today? Well, you already did Stewart Nature's Way.
I actually did Stewart Nature's Way. But well, every week we want to bring out a Black business to shine a light on. And this week, it is our sister's candles.
So Sonya Hubbard, she makes these wonderful smelling soy candles, hand poured, okay? Hand poured. They are amazing. The one that I'm burning tonight is called the Speakeasy, and it says a whispering botanical blend of cedarwood, cypress, and mint. Hand poured with love in Newark, Delaware. And she has her Instagram, Freebird by Sonya Denise Hubbard. So if you just look up Freebird by Sonya Denise Hubbard, you can indulge in one of these candles.
And I heard my man Mike helped pour them too.
What? Who told you that?
He did.
Just because you see him in the videos don't mean he's pouring candles.
Well, it was his birthday the other day, so I'm gonna shout him out. But I think
Happy birthday, Brother Bear, was yesterday.
I think he actually helps pour.
Really?
Yeah.
Son, is that true?
Yeah.
Son. Is Brother Bear pouring candles?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I heard.
And of course, brought to you by Resh Products, Curl Lush. You want get to them curls right there.
Ooh,
yes, my headphones is smashing them up, but yes. So we want to big up the Black businesses. Can we get a hand clap? Sai said she not saying nothing about who was pouring what. She just know what she poured. Okay.
Thanks, Sean.
All right, so let's get into this next part of the Resh Life. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, of course, we get asked a million questions from, the people that we service every day, the people we come into contact with just on a regular basis. But one of the questions that we get asked frequently is, what makes you different? What makes you different? Your brand, like you, what you do. What makes you different from what anybody else is doing? Why should I want to, be a part of your family?
Well, I think what we do that makes us stand out from the rest, is the passion we pour into everything we do. I look at the ending result and then I work backwards. But I use your input because you work completely opposite. So the way we bounce off each other and create, whether it be the products or whether we're designing something or doing a podcast even, mm-hmm. It's just a natural fit. So if you're looking, I tell people, if you're looking for like a love story, this is very sellable. But we've been doing this for years.
Yes.
It's not like we're new to this. It's not like we just made something in the kitchen a couple of months ago. We've been doing it for years. We are masters at what we do. I think I said at one of the other podcasts, you need 10,000 hours to be a master or something. Mm-hmm. We passed that. Yeah, without question.
But listen, don't get it twisted. Like, we have a lot of challenges that we face. We fight through things to get to the best answer and to the best, resolution. It's not, just roses and rosé all the time and Hennessy. We do what's necessary to get the results that we want to get, necessary with integrity. So let me be clear on that. A lot of people, miss that integrity part. And I've heard people say too, like when I say the word integrity sometimes, like, oh, you say that a lot. Yeah, because it holds a lot of weight. It holds a lot of weight, with me. It should hold a lot of weight with you. Anybody can really do anything, any old type of way. That's not what we want to do, what we want to represent, and what we want to be connected to. Like you said, we got our foot in the mud in this. We've been doing this a long time. What makes us different from the salon standpoint, I think we're really big on relationships.
Definitely.
And getting to know people and getting to be able to get a soft spot in someone's heart, holds a lot of weight. Like, we was just having a conversation and I was like, you have to have a connection. And y'all need to listen to this, because if you have a business, you want to have a connection with your audience and with your customers and the people that are supporting you, because without them, you're not getting a cent to do anything. That's number one. But when you have for us, our guests that come and they sit in that chair every week or every 2 weeks or whenever they come, number one, it's a blessing to us for them to, serve us and for us to serve them, I mean, and for them to support our business. But I want to know you. I want to know your family, like, and not to necessarily mean that I want to meet them, but through you, I want to know you. That's where that connection comes. We have um, generations coming through our doors, and it's been like that for over 2 decades, almost 3 decades now, because we care, and it's just really as simple as that. I want to know. I want to pick up where we left off when you was at your last appointment and you were telling me, oh yeah, me and my husband not speaking because I told him to take that trash. I'm tired of telling him saying that. And when you come back, I'm like, girl, what's up? Did y'all make up? Like, where you at? You need to be able to connect. Or if they say, hey, I'm going through something horrible, and y'all have a conversation, you need to be able to pick up where you left off because of that connection. It's so important. So that is a huge, huge thing that makes us different, because we believe in the value of relationship and reciprocity.
Another thing is we care. I mean, we give a damn. We
sometimes too much.
Yeah, exactly. We take
it's a curse and a
our
blessing.
guest experience and we put it at the forefront, and we work on that. We have some new guests. I mean, some new stylists in the salon right now.
Yes, and they're doing an amazing job.
Yes, but
yes,
our guests trust us.
Yeah.
They look at us to say, she good, and boom, we put
That's
on the
right.
floor, and they've been performing in it, and they've been really,
Yes.
really, really special. But we also have to thank the guests for trusting us.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
and that goes back to those relationships that we built. And
It does, because they feel that our word is bond with them. Like, we're not going to mislead them or misguide them. So that's important. So what about the what makes us different as far as the products go? Because there's a million hair care products. I mean, you can go anywhere. You can go to the dollar store, Dollar General, and pick up hair products. Everybody has a hair product line now. Everybody is making hair products.
everybody might have a hair care product.
What makes yours different?
They just don't do what we do. I mean, honestly, I can actually give them our recipes,
But the sauce won't taste the same.
It's not going to be the same because they just don't do what they do. And what we do is we do it the best. I was we was working with Sonya with her hair this
Mm-hmm.
today
The
yesterday.
coiling
Yes.
yesterday.
And I was trying to tell her, you're talking to the dude who created the product. So you're asking, you never taught me how to. I said, well, I'm going to go through with you. And then I went through with her and gave her a little lesson. And she thought she was going to just pick it up right there. Oh, I got it now. I'm going to sit at the desk. Bang. And she sat at the desk and curled the other side of her hair.
I know, because I walked up there on her and I was like, what are you doing? And she was like, Mike was just showing me how to do that. She was like, and when I wake up tomorrow, it's not going to be like this.
Well, I do this. I do this. I breathe this. Like, I get up in the morning and some people, they want to drive right past their job. They don't want to go in. I'm like, I get ready to go in. It's like I'm about to step on stage.
Boom.
Yeah, boom. Guess who stepped in the room? You know what I'm saying? So the energy that we bring, we believe it.
Yes.
That's one of those things. If you have a product or a book and you're trying to sell it to somebody, if you're all dull and somebody got to pick you up, if you don't believe it, if you can't put the energy behind it,
that's right.
They're not going to buy.
That's right. And you have to be your brand. Like, you have to use your shit.
Yep.
You can't be like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I'm just selling it. Because one of the things that I've always said, even from back in the day, back at Synergy days, I remember having a conversation with Eric one time, with a stylist that used to work for us back at Synergy. And I was like, don't count the dollars in a sense. Because if you are saying to me that you love this, you love what you are doing, the money is going to follow you. It's going to come. So just pour into, you know, the passion, pour, build, make that bigger. You know what I'm saying? Put more love on what you already love, and the money will come. You have to be about, you know, what you're trying to give to someone else. You can't come and sell me something and you're not even trying to, you know, use it or master it or, you know, whatever. And I feel that, you know, to piggyback off of what you were saying, you know, what makes us different with the product line is we are stylists behind that chair every single day using the products that we are making from beginning to end that we formulated, created. We're using them all day, every day.
To address real issues.
And they are fixing the problems,
yes.
and addressing the issues that they were created for. Every product was created, you know, to do something. Every product has a story behind it. So we've been doing this long enough to where, you know, we know how to, you know, use these products, make them work, and show our guests the benefit, you know, that they're going to get from using the products as well.
And we're going to continue to use the best ingredients that we find around the world to help solve these problems.
Yes.
And we're going to always, we're just always going to try to make it better. It's a constant, never-ending improvement thing with us that is just going to set us outside from the rest.
And I know that, like, I now that we are, you know, trying to mass manufacture and get it, you know, produced and all of that, it's been very, very important to us to keep it the way that we want it to be. You see a lot of product lines, once they hit the store, you're like, why it's not the same, or it's not as good as it used to be. We don't want that. Yeah. And we're standing very strong on making sure that the same ingredients that, you know, you guys fell in love with is the same ingredients that you're going to get once they hit them shelves.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of, and I'm not big on talking about other brands, so I'm not going to mention any names, but the big thing now is growth oils, and they're putting them all in their hair, and then a growth oil.
Where does it start? Where does it start?
It's supposed to be on your scalp. If you're gonna make something grow, you don't put it at the hair. Now, if you have a hair moisturizer,
right,
you want to put it on your hair. A growth oil goes on your scalp, and we actually have a couple growth oils coming out, but there's one with the onion, and people are walking around smelling like onion because they're putting onion all down their hair. And baby, that's just supposed to go on your scalp. So
I definitely don't want to be walking around smelling like
onion, French onion dip.
No stinking fruit or vegetable.
Absolutely not. So yeah.
No. I mean, I think that number one, just trying to build like your audience and getting the people to like buy into you and your brand. You gotta know. You just gotta know who you are and what you're giving. You gotta know what you're giving out. People want to be able to connect with you on all levels. People are newsy as hell and they want to know your business. So you have to be able to and look at me talking to myself. You have to be able to tell your story and get your story out there so that people know who you are and, you know, and again, can find that like connection with you. And we're working on that. I think that we're starting to get a little bit more comfortable now, but I'm not comfortable behind the camera. It's like so weird. As soon as I get behind a camera, I just feel like I'm like a fish out of water.
But after that third bubbly water.
But this is my first.
I know, but I'm saying that. But after that third one,
the show's not long enough.
Oh, okay.
That's you. Be all saucy by the end of the End of the episode.
This is real rugged and raw.
You mean sauce.
Real rugged and raw. Yeah, so it's just if you have to make sure you zero in on your niche to find your audience, because it's room out here for you.
For everybody.
It's room out here for you, but
yes,
you got to do the work.
yes.
A lot of people just want the fame or the name,
The followers.
A lot of people want to own their own business, but they don't want to own their own business. If you really think about it, just because you can bake a cake, don't mean you can open up a bakery.
That's right.
Somebody just because you might just want to make cakes, but somebody's got to do the books. Somebody's got to do
order the shit to make the cakes.
Service. Somebody's got to.
You need the supply. You need the flour, the butter, the sugar. Like, who's going to get that shit? You don't want to. Yeah. You don't want to do that. No, that's really funny because a lot of people and I'm gonna say this because COVID was bittersweet. We talked about that last week, but you had a lot of bad, of course, that came out of it, but you had a lot of good, and a lot of people were able to start businesses and do the things that they've been wanting to do or had the time, and that was important for us. We don't really have the time like that because we're behind that chair all day for sometimes 10, 12, 14 hours a day. Then we got to come home and try to make products and do everything else. I mean, it's a lot. So it afforded that time, and that was great. But I don't think that everybody understands all that goes into, being a business owner and starting a business. It's anybody, you can start the business. You can file your paperwork, you can do all of that. But there is a lot, that goes into that. And you need to slide under somebody and try to get a mentor, that can help you from not going down some of those dark roads, because you're going to hit some dark roads and you have to be willing, to strap the hell up and take your ass down to get to the end of that road, wherever that shit is taking you. Because when it's your shit, you can't just stop and be like, I'm going to just go down. I'm going to go back and go the other way. It's another road. No, you got to take your ass down that road and get every bump and bruise that you're supposed to get when you get to the end. And people want to cut that part out. There's no cutting that part out. You got to take it on the chin. And it don't feel good. You want to have sleepless nights. You want to be stressed. But you're also going to be rewarded once you do the work. People just want to cut that out. And the other thing is, people look at you and where you are and your story, and they don't want to go through and read all the damn pages of the book. You understand? They just looking at where you are now and what they see that you have, and they think that, I should be there, or then you should do what I do, because you can't try to just want what you see someone have, and you don't know the work that they put into getting what they got, or how they acquired it, or you just don't know. So a lot of people, they looking at the superficial, the outside, and they think that it's an easy road, and it's not. That's some bullshit.
No, and it actually, the journey is a character building process. You need that to, everybody has those vision boards right now, and they put a great big house on there. Lady, you are not ready for that house right now if you can't take care of the apartment. I mean, you're just not ready. So you have to work into it. The house is going to come with a whole bunch of other stuff, bigger responsibilities that you might not be ready for. And God put the vision on you, but it's all about in His time.
That's right.
I was listening to Miles Monroe the other day, and he was.
You said Miles Monroe?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And he said that when God let the slaves out of Egypt was only like a month of walking away. It was only like 38 days. They could have walked to Israel, but God didn't take them one way because it was too easy. I mean, it was actually going to be too hard because they would have had to fight to get through it. And then the slaves would have probably ran back to the slave master because that's where they were comfortable at.
Right.
But he let them stay out there 40.
Yeah. Yes, y'all know the story. Don't act like you don't know.
And let them die in that wilderness because they wasn't ready for the new
That's
land.
right. You have to be able to. That was a great point that you made earlier when you gave the analogy the house, the apartment versus the house, because you have to be able to take care of the lesser before you can acquire, appreciate, take care of, and keep the more. And that's important. You gotta, once you get the more, you gotta be able to keep it. And sometimes when you skip the road or try to turn back or go the other way or whatever, that's when you mess up and now you can't keep the more. You're going to lose it. You have to be able to keep it. What's the sense in doing and trying to get the more and then you can't even hold on to it?
Because you don't know how.
Yes.
You haven't learned.
Yes.
You haven't gone through any struggle.
Yes.
You haven't.
And we still go, and we still, you, listen, listen, let me tell you something. How much time you got? Because, I mean, it's like we started replacing, and I don't know if it got onto camera last week when we was talking about, like, when we started replacing, like, what now? Like, what, it's always something. Because we, you know, we like, it's every day we use one of our replacement phrases.
Yeah.
So we are trying to replace saying it's always something, or, you know, like, what now, with a more positive phrase. So mine's is, that's all you got? Like, what's next? Bring it on. But shit get heavy.
Yeah.
It get heavy.
Yep. It's going through that fire.
Yes.
Going through the fire, actually, it don't feel good.
No, that shit don't.
But once you get to the other side, though, once you get to the other side, then
pure gold.
Yeah.
Pure gold. It's pure gold on the other side once you go through that fire. So, but your journey is your own. And, you know, our journey, it belongs to us. Your journey is your own. So love it. Love it.
Love it. And pour it on.
Pour it on.
That's
Smash the hell out of it.
Don't go
Dig
in there
in.
half assing. It's like one worker can look at it like, I go in, they don't pay me enough, I'm just sitting here all day. And then another worker can, no matter what he's doing, he can go in early and leave late. Which one do you think is going to have a more positive outcome for their future?
That's right.
You know, it's just a mindset.
It is a mindset.
So wherever you go, even if you feel that you're not making what you're supposed to be making, you're still supposed to do a damn good job. Okay, a damn good job.
Else.
Yeah, or go somewhere else.
Or get the hell on.
Yeah, or get the hell on. Go.
Or get the hell on.
Yep.
So we wanted to do something different. You just threw this in. You sprung this in on me when I came down here, talking about you wanted to do a hair tip.
We were supposed to be doing hair tips for the last.
We did a hair tip video, but I think we did too much drinking before the video, and then when we did the video, we couldn't use it. So because that's how we do shit. We just being real.
All right. So for our hair tip of the week,
you want to tell them how you got this beard?
Oh no, that's just race for him right there. That's our beard oil.
I got a video.
No.
I got a video of you doing it.
Our hair tip of the week. We are going to talk about braids.
Oh. Okay.
Many of our guests, and I'm looking on the internet, and I see all the time that they're using braids as protective styles to make sure their hair doesn't get burn or trying to get it to grow long. Braids can be wonderful if you keep them moisturized. The problem with braids is the hair isn't real hair. It's a fiber and it always absorbs. So the longer you keep those braids in, the longer the fiber gets to absorb moisture from your hair.
Your natural oils and
Yes.
everything.
So you have to keep the whole thing over moisturized every day and try to keep some satin pillowcases because you obviously not wrapping your hair.
Right.
So
or a satin bonnet too.
Satin bonnet.
And you can
be,
find that on Resh Products.
Sure
I'm sorry, www.reshproducts.com.
Yes.
And what product would you recommend for? I see a lot of I've had braids twice, but they get itchy, and a lot of the women are like, "What can I use? What products, Mike, do you have?"
Well, our calm is a anti-itch roll-on that you can find at rachproducts.com. And that will actually soothe your scalp. It's got vitamin E and some pimento to actually.
Where don't pimento berries from?
It's Jamaica,
man.
Yeah.
That's mine.
So we use that. I actually use that a lot myself.
And the rosemary is from our garden.
And the rosemary is from
that we
garden.
grew during COVID.
Yeah,
our COVID garden. We had some good harvest from that garden too. We gotta talk about that. Yeah.
We should have took some pictures.
Cucumbers and all kinds.
But yeah, so you want to keep your scalp basically moisturized with our calm, and for the braids, you can use any of our oils. I think the argan oil would be too rich for that. Too exotic for that. Our castor oil would be great for that. Our elation.
Yeah.
But if you find if you don't have anything under your shelf, just one of those braid sprays that you had from back in the day, those till you get our products will be good for you.
Until you get our products.
Because I see when they come.
The hair be jacked up because it, again, like you said, the braid hair, it just absorbs everything. So it is really sucking up. If you can imagine, a cotton ball, when you put water or anything onto a cotton ball, it just sucks it all up. That's what the braid hair is doing to your natural oils and moisture that's in your hair and your scalp, because they also are rubbing. If you notice, like when you sleep in, they're like rubbing. So your scalp can get dry. That's why you're getting flaking and things like that. But you got to keep that hair moisturized some sort of way with those braids in there, because when you take them out, it's just going to be a mess.
When you take your braids out, they're actually supposed to be oily. They're not supposed to be dry.
Right.
Your hair, you want your hair to be so oily that it almost kind of slips out. And another thing, your hair hasn't gotten a chance to shed. Hair is supposed to shed 60 to 80 strands a day. If you kept it in there 3 months, then you can add it up. So you want to.
I think it's like 80 to 100 strands. Okay. But you know how this is good, because people be so shook when they take their braids out and see all that hair. So I'm sorry, but finish getting into it.
Yeah, you want to make sure you brush all the shedded hair out before you try to shampoo it, because if you don't, then that hair will wrap around the other hair and you might end up with dreadlocks. And I've seen it happen over and over and over again. So that's a long tip, but stay with it and enjoy your hair journey. We'll be here for you.
Keep them braids tight.
Keep them tight. Keep them tight.
Yes, and we have some awesome braiders at the salon too, as well.
Specialize in making you look like a queen.
Yes, and you can look up the salon at myreach.com.
There you go.
That's right, because we are our brand. But I think we're going to wrap up. You got some words of wisdom you want to give on the leave out?
Wow. Words of wisdom. A question, and then I'll try to go with it. Why are people willing to go towards the hell they know instead of the unknown heaven.
Ooh, that's good. Why are people so willing to go toward the hell they know instead of the unknown heaven?
Yeah.
I love that.
It's because their ass is so goddamn comfortable with the shit. They don't want to get out and experience anything new because the chances of them failing is too much. So they will stay in the predicament that they're in and hate it every day.
With the safety net.
Yep.
And then making other people, then you fucking around making other people miserable too. Because you just sticking around and now you raining on other people's parade because your ass ain't happy.
Yep.
Yes. That is a word right there.
Yeah. So,
I like that. I like that.
So jump off the clip every now and then.
Yes.
And we'll see you next week.
Yes. We will. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. And we appreciate you. We'll see you next week. And don't forget to be a blessing to somebody.